And we back like bra straps. It's Voch Lombardi. Let's take a look at it. Offensive line. It's probably going to be the most negative film session I've dropped this week. But we got to get into it. You know, I love offensive line, the offensive line accessory. So I'm real critical on these guys. So let's get into it. And, you know, people like to call me a Dak Prescott apologist, Dak lover sometimes. But, man, sometimes what you want him and Zeke to do. Let's take a look at our left side, man. And I am aware that we got three backups playing the left side, but who cares? That's what we rolled out. That's what it is. Let's take a look at your left guard and left tackle on this play. Take a look at your left guard first. Let's just run it. Then we'll go back and see. Man. Xavier, sometimes he deals with power. Sometimes he doesn't. He's really up and down with how he handles it. No matter what happens, it's ugly how he deals with. He doesn't have great form at all. He doesn't have great movement with his feet. People want to get rid of Connor Williams so quickly. Well, you know, Connor Williams just kind of got a strength problem, but Connor Williams got everything else. Let's take a look at Xavier's feet. They're pretty sluggish here. Let's take a look at Xavier's base. Does he get a good anchor in there? Not really. Does his hands ever really get settled? They don't. We don't really see Xavier get his hands on 98 here. Also, let's take a look at Xavier's leverage, like he's standing straight up. So this is not really a good way to deal with 98 right now. Like, Xavier's not powerful. He doesn't have good leverage. He doesn't have good hands. So there's no way he can win this fight here. Not a good base with his feet. You know, he's dropping his post foot. He's just going flat backwards into Dak, right? And Dak ends up completing his throw. But man, like, Dak deserves so much respect. And I try to harp on player execution. I try to harp on offensive line every week, but whatever. Y'all can fire Garrett if you want to. I don't care. But yeah, man, that's a pretty bad way to deal with a bull rush, Xavier. What I would like Xavier to do is to shoot his hands quickly inside, drop his butt, and slowly pop his feet backwards. If you're gonna get bull rush, don't get bull rush quickly. Get bull rush slowly, just to kind of, you know, if you can't deal with that level of power, you know, just kind of slow it down a little bit. As far as your left tackle, he's high, and he doesn't really get set neither. Take a look at his hands. Oh, I don't want to use the word soft because, I mean, if me and him got into a wrestling match, you know, Cam Fleming will probably get me. But just look at his hands here. His hands never really get established. He never gets a solid purchase on that block there, so he's just kind of hand fighting the whole time. Not that he got whooped here, but just setting the example for later on in the film I'm going to show you. Him not getting his hands set really sets him up for trouble later on in some of these fights. Now, his feet are decent. They're moving, not really dropping his post foot. A solid shuffle. I ain't mad at him. Something I don't like is how he's opening up his hips so wide, giving up the inside there. If that D-line was a little more, that D-lineman was a little more nasty, maybe he could have taken advantage of Cam flipping his hips so heavy to the outside and getting back inside, but it didn't happen, so thank God for that. Cam eventually bends his knees a little better, but I need better hands from you, Cam Fleming. If Cam had better hands, like a better punch right there, bam. See how he's just kind of fiddling with him right now? If he gets a punch to the chest, bam, right there, he could keep him there. He could stun him there. But if this guy was nasty, could have got bad for him, but let's just keep watching. And you know what? Somebody gonna tell me this. Because I can predict the future. I'm Cleo Lombardi, Vostradamus. Somebody gonna say, well, coach, what if they not teaching the offensive line to put their hands inside? What if they teaching them to get their hands to the outside? Fam, that technique is trash. It's garbage. I hope teams get rid of it, because if a D-line knows how to defeat it, you're dead and there's no recovery to it. Also, look at Zack Martin here. Just look at Zack Martin. Boom, 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 bam. Damn, young Zack Martin. Look at Zack Martin again. Bam! We get no problems out of Zack Martin. Let's see why we get no problems out of Zack Martin. Boom, off the ball. He's parallel to his opponent. He's going to get a good strike here is what I mean by that. Knees bent. Boom! Good strike. Hands inside. He's going to continue to move his feet. Look at Zack Martin's feet right now. They don't stop. Zack Martin's feet don't stop. He's going to drop his butt and anchor, and that block is sealed. take a look at his compadres, see what they doing wrong. Let's take a look at young Lael here. Look at Lael Collins here. Don't get me wrong, great feat by Lael. Great, he could dance in the phone booth, cool. But it's something he's doing wrong when he's shooting his hands here. You got to fight to get your hands inside, Lael, because if not, 94 can just get his hands inside, drop his butt. So look at this right there. 94 got the leverage advantage. He's lower than you. He's bending better than you. His hands are inside. All he got to do is push you, and you in Dak Prescott lap. You're in Dak Prescott's lap, and he's throwing that way to Cole Beasley. So of course it affected the daggum throw. Dak can't step into this throw. Look at Dak's feet right now. Dak can't step into this throw because he'll bump straight into Lael. That's where this incomplete pass came from. That's where this inaccuracy comes from. He can't step into that thing. Oh my God. Hell, man, what's going on with my left tackle? What's he doing? Let's see. 90. He's still not getting hands on guys like I want, man. Still ain't getting hands on guys like I want. 92 is doing a pretty good job. Boom, hit him with a little jab move, stab, whatever you want to call it. Get his separation there. Okay. Problem is, Cam Fleming just got that hand down, boom, and he lost his balance with it. But if 92 was, if 92 had some ill intentions, he could have set that jab up with something nasty on the back end. But who knows? So Philo, what you doing? He got help with Joe. Well, 76 ain't giving him problems. We moving on. Let's look at your left guard here. I got left guard written down. Take a look at him. This is better by Suafilo, actually. Still terrible. It still looks ugly. Don't get me wrong. That's still ugly. Like it's an ugly picture, but it's like a map drawn in crayon. Like it gets you to your destination, but it's in crayon. We get a better step here. He's gonna open up his hips a little bit better. Better feet by Suafilo. Take a look at his feet. Better feet. See him chopping? They're a little better now. Let's look at Xavier's hands. It ain't cute, but Xavier got a better job of getting his hands inside, right? So he has a better opportunity to wrestle here. You see that bend right there? See that bend that Xavier got right there? Bend from his knees, and it kind of drops his hips a little bit. Xavier's strong now. So he can deal with 98 a little better. It ain't like 98 just flat out better than Xavier. But and to be fair, he might be. Sheldon Rankins may be flat out better than Xavier. But Xavier got to be technically sound to make this thing a fight. Okay? And man, that looks so much better. It looks so much better than it did at first. It's still ugly as hell, but it's so much better. Once again, 75, your left tackle never gets his hands established. And we see it, 57 is able to run the loop there. If 57 was nasty, this could have been bad for Dak. Dak got rid of the ball quick, but I need Cam to really shoot his hands and get a little more nastier there, right? Man, let's take a look at something special. Let's take a look at Zack Martin again. Hey man, if I'm gonna say something positive, Zack Martin got to be involved. Let's take a look at Zack Martin. This is Joe Looney's block, right? I want us to look at two things Zack does. I want us to look at the help. Then I want y'all to look at Zack Martin's eyes. Zack is gonna help Joe Looney, but keep focus on Zack Martin's eyes. Look at his eyes. Look at him. Boom, but look at his eyes. Look at Zack Martin's eyes. Zack don't get his shoulders turned. Zack don't overcommit. Zack don't lose his focus. He don't lose track of other potential threats backside. He's gonna step. Boom. I'm looking over. There's nothing coming back inside. Cool. I'm gonna step. Bam. I'm gonna help Joe, but I'm still looking over there. Look at Zack Martin's eyes. I don't trust y'all hoes over there. I'm stepping in here to help Joe, but I don't trust y'all hoes over there. I'm going to give a good shove, then I'm going to step back inside now. I'm going to come back inside in case Lael needs some help. That's great football, man. That's great. That's great complimentary offensive line work by Zack Martin. Let's keep watching. Let's take a look, see what Lael's doing. don't look at Leo no more. What about your left guard and left tackle, man? Suafilo, what's he doing? What's he doing? Better Xavier, kinda, but it all comes down to getting your hands established, right? Xavier's doing better with his feet. Shit, look at his feet. Better feet by Xavier, so he's not getting beat with speed here. Xavier got some good bend here, some solid little bend. Not amazing, but it's better bend than what he did at first. But if you look at Xavier's hands never really get set, right? 93 is doing a good job of controlling Xavier's hands. He actually got a hold of Xavier's arm. He kind of got his bicep, elbow kind of sort of right there. So if I'm a defensive lineman and I can control your arms, then you can't. We just not stronger. Your bicep ain't stronger than my tricep ain't as strong as your bicep. You know what I mean? So if this offensive lineman here is controlling Xavier, especially under the arm, Xavier really can't get a good purchase on his block here, so he's not strong. He's strong everywhere else in his body. Xavier's strong from the shoulder to the calf muscle, but his arms ain't in the right place, so we can't really get a full block, get a full purchase on that block. So if 93 is able to control him, you can move with me, but I'm gonna get rid of you on the back end, and that's what happens with Xavier. And Dak Prescott got sacked because of that. So, but if Xavier would have shot in his hands earlier and got him more established, spotlight, and got him more established, then it could have been a better situation. But let's take a look at the left tackle here. Let's see what the left tackle got. Man, Fleming, Cam Fleming, ain't that better? Cam Fleming, ain't that better? Let's run this. Hey, yo, I can't make this up. For everybody listening right now, go in the comment section, hashtag ain't that better. Look at Cam Fleming, ain't that better? When you move your feet, bam, when your hands are first, Cam Fleming, when you deliver the blow, bam. Man, it's so much easier to block somebody after you deliver a blow, bam, and you're not just hand fighting with them. You actually get a purchase on the block. Bam! 57 came off, but man, the job is done. The damage is done. Hashtag ain't that better. Look, somebody tweet me. Hashtag ain't that better. Look at Cam Fleming one more time before we leave. Boy, Cam Fleming, if you do that every time, I won't be mad at you no more. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this play. I just want y'all to see what happens when you stop moving your feet. Take a look at your left guard here. Look at Xavier Suafilo. He's gonna move his feet. Move his feet, stop his feet. He's just gonna stop your feet. Hey man, you don't lunge. If you're not an athlete and you ain't sure in your ability to recover, don't lunge. Xavier gonna lunge and stop his feet. It's bad business, young Suafilo. Jumbo Joe gets a pretty good block here. Step, hands, push. Got the linebacker up out of there. Yeah, man, I didn't want to spend too much time on this. Just wanted to show y'all what happens when you lunge and don't move your feet. And young Dak Prescott pays for it. So, hey, man, I got to show a little love for my big boys when they get in space and get them moving like a choo-choo train out there, man. Look at your guys, man. Look at your offensive line up in there. Look at them go. Look at them go. For the Ezekiel Elliott touchdown, man. Let's take a look at Zack Martin getting into space. He's going to fully sell this block here. I'm blocking you. All right, fam. And he's going to get up and clean up 56. Take a look at Jumbo Joe. Take a look at Jumbo Joe at center. And take a look at him. He's going to snap. He's really going to sell that pass pro, right? He's going to kick, but man, he's going to get upfield. And I like the awareness of Joe getting upfield, finding the work, and he sees the numbers. We have him outnumbered. Boom, boom to their one guy. But Joe notices the threat here. So Joe's actually going to cut it back and help young Zeke run free right there. This play is all about Joe Looney getting 96, because 96 did a pretty great job of noticing the screen. Look at 96 here, of noticing the screen, retracing his footsteps, and getting back to Zeke, and it almost got bad for us. But Joe cleaned up 96, and man, Zeke kept it moving. Great play there. I can't be mad at my guys there. Leo Collins did a good job of getting 94 out the way, or as best a job he could of getting 94 out the way, and There you go. There. YouTube Illuminati is taking money away from your favorite content creators, and people often ask the best way to support the channel directly. I tell them that subscribing to my Patreon. Just $1 a month would increase production and the frequency of uploads. Basically, that means more content for you. For less than a bag of almond M&Ms, you can support the channel, call dibs on requests for future videos, and you can have access to Patreon exclusive material like my throwback film sessions. That's patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. I appreciate the support. Doski Woski. Salute. Not much to say here. Let's take a look at your left tackle, left guard, and center here. So a double team has to happen at some point on this line here, but there's going to be a gap exchange. So the C gap player ends up being 93, and Cam does a great job. What I like about it is if you look at Cam, your left tackle, 75, he takes a pretty big step here. I'm cool with that. It's just simple slide step. The front side is big on big. We're gonna slide our back three guys, easy peasy. Cam is gonna slide, but he's gonna notice that 57 is gonna disappear. And what I really like about my offensive lineman, it just shows that Cam is older. Cam is gonna step, but when 57 disappears, he steps in with him. Look at this. Boom, boom, boom. He steps in with him, right? So instead of Cam stepping, then 57 disappears, then Cam just stays out here. Cam is going to close down this B gap. That's the point of him stepping back inside. It's for two things. He's going back inside to close down B gap. Plus, he knows something's coming back around, and he wants to be in good position to pick up whatever's coming back to his gap. Defense need gap integrity. Somebody got to be in C gap, somebody got to be in B gap. If not, Dak will just run, right? So if he's going to be in B gap, who's coming C gap? Okay, it's going to be this guy. Let me block this guy. Jumbo Joe and Suafila are going to get the combo inside. He ends up being the one tech player. Zack Martin getting nasty up here. I don't even want to talk about it. Zack is doing Zack things. Look at all this space between Zack and Dak. Plenty of it. Let's take a look at Leal, see what he did here. All right, yeah, we're just gonna move on. What about Leal on this play? Take a look at the right tackle. See what Leal does on this play. Yeah, we're just gonna move on. Let's take a look at Leal on this play. Let's see what he did here. Let's take a look at Leal. All right, cool. And you know what, man? I kind of said all that to say, man, just wrapping this video up in a pretty little bow. I said all that to say, like, man, we really trying to fire Dak Prescott out here, man. Like, we really trying to get Dak up out the. Look at this duress. Look at this here. Look at this. And we really trying to get Dak up out. And look, to be fair, Dak ain't perfect. And guys probably spring open all the time. But man, the duress that young Dak Prescott is under, man, you can't help but to feel for him. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. Hope Tyron Smith comes back healthy. I don't know what we're gonna do at left guard, man. I was always of the notion that Connor Williams played fine. He just dealt with power, kind of funky sometimes, but that would only be like twice a game, 3 times a game. Just that when you're an offensive lineman, you just notice things like that. But damn, dog, we look pretty bad. Luckily, we don't have another D line like that for a good little bit. Damn, I'm lying. Fletcher Cox this week, so yeah, we got to figure this out. Got to figure it out, but it is what it is, man. Connor Williams is definitely gonna get some weight on him. He's definitely gonna get stronger. But something I don't want us to do as Cowboys fans, I don't want us to attach a notion of production with the result of the whole team. I don't want us to think that, we 2-0 with Cam Fleming and Xavier Suafilo. They're the reason why we're winning. Keep them in there. When in fact we could be getting better. If we go back to a better player. We go back to Tyron and Connor. Maybe they weren't the changes that made this thing work. Maybe Cooper was. Maybe us being much better on defense made this thing work a little better. But hey, who knows? I don't know. I just kind of watch the film, put it on screen, and bring it to y'all. You know what I mean? Anyway, hey man, like the video, comment, subscribe. The more likes I get in the first couple hours, the better this thing does. Y'all have been amazing with that. the past few videos. So I really do appreciate it. Shouts out to cowboyzone.com. Shouts out to the Cowboys subreddit. Y'all show a lot of love over there. Follow me on Twitter, VOCHLOMBARDI, Voch Lombardi. The Patreon and PayPal. It's more important than food and water. And get a shirt or something. Voch's Voice Podcast. It's the non-football joint on all your podcast streaming platforms. Y'all hold it down for the Doski Woski. The P-Ski Whiskey is very much implied, and it's free up to this point. All right? Damn, I hope my offensive line gets better. Salute.